What? Has this thing appeared again tonight?
I've seen nothing.
Peace! Break thee off! Look where it comes again!
In the same figure like the king that's dead.
Did you not speak to it?
My lord, I did, but answer made none.
'Tis very strange.
As long as I do live, my honored lord, 'tis true.
Hold you the watch tonight?
We do, my lord.
Armed, say you?
Armed, my lord.
From top to toe?
My lord, from head to foot.
What? Looked he frowningly?
More of a countenance in sorrow than in anger.
Pale or red?
Nay, very pale.
And fixed his eyes upon you?
Most constantly.
I would I had been there.
It would have much amazed you.
Very like. Very like.
But now my cousin Hamlet and my son.
A little more than kin and less than kind.
How is it that the clouds still hang on you?
Not so, my lord. I am too much in the sun.
Oh, that this too solid flesh would melt.
Would melt, thaw, and resolve itself into a dew.
Or that the everlasting had not fixed.
Fixed his cannon against self-slaughter.
Oh God. Oh God.
Oh, God.
God.
God. God.
God, how weary, stale, flat.
Flat and unprofitable seem to me all the uses of this world.
Fie, aunt. Fie.
Fie.
Fie. 'Tis an unweeded garden that grows to seed.
'Tis unweeded garden that grows to seed.
To seed, things rank and gross in nature possesses it merely.
Things rank and gross in nature possess it merely.
Things rank and gross in nature possess it merely.
That it should come to this.
That it should come to this.
That it should come to this? But 2 months dead. Nay, not so much, not 2.
Not two.
Not two.
So excellent a king that was to this.
Hyperion to a satyr.
Hyperion to a satyr.
Hyperion to a satyr. So loving to my mother.
So loving to my mother.
So loving to my mother, that he might not beteem the winds of heaven visit her face too roughly.
Heaven and earth, must I remember?
Heaven and earth, must I remember? Why, she would hang on him, as of increase of appetite had grown by what it fed on.
And yet, within a month.
Within a month.
Within a month.
Let me not think on't.
Let me not think on't.
Frailty, thy name is woman.
Thy name is woman.
A little month, or ere those shoes were old, with which she followed my poor father's body.
Like Niobe.
Like Niobe. All tears. Why, she, even she,
God, a beast.
a beast,
A beast.
that once discourse of reason would have mourned longer.
Married to my uncle, my father's brother, but no more like my father's denied to Hercules.
No more like my father than I to Hercules.
Within a month, ere yet the salt of most unrighteous tears.
The salt of most unrighteous tears had left the flushing in her galled eyes. She married.
She married.
She married. Oh, most wicked speed.
Most wicked speed.
Oh, most wicked speed to post with such dexterity to incestuous sheets.
To post with such dexterity.
To post with such dexterity to incestuous sheets.
It is not.
It is not.
It is not. No, it cannot come to good.
But break my heart, for I must hold my tongue.
But break my heart.
But break my heart, for I must hold my tongue. To be or not to be?
That is the question.
Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune,
Or to take arms against a sea of troubles and by opposing end them.
to die, to sleep, no more.
And by sleep
to say we in the heartache and the 1,000 natural shocks that flesh is heir to.
'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished.
To be or not to be?
That is the question.
Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune,
Or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing, end them.
To die, to sleep, no more.
and by his sleep, say we in the heartache and the 1,000 natural shocks that flesh is heir to.
'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished.
To die, to sleep, to sleep.
Perchance to dream.
Aye, there's the rub.
For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come, when we have shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause.
There is the respect that makes calamity of so long life.
Or who would bear the whips and scorns of time?
The oppressed is wrong.
The proud man's contumely.
The pangs of disprized love.
The law's delay.
The insolence of office and the spurns that patient merit of the unworthy takes.
When he himself might his quietus make with a bare bodkin.
Who would fathers bear to grunt and sweat under a weary life?
But that the dread of something after death.
The undiscovered country, from whose bourne no traveler returns.
Puzzles the will.
And makes us rather bear those ills we have than fly to others we know not of.
Conscience does make cowards of us all.
And thus the native hue of resolution is sicklied o'er with a pale cast of thought.
And enterprises of great pitch and moment, with disregard their currents turn awry.
And lose the name of action.
Oh, what a rogue and peasant slave am I? Is it not monstrous that this player here, but in a fiction, in a dream of passion, could force his soul so to his own conceit from her work?
Stop! Stop! Just stop!
Speak the speech, I pray you, as I pronounced it to you.
Trippingly on the tongue.
But if you mouth it,
As many of your players do.
I had as lief the town crier spoke my line.
Nor do not saw the air too much with your hand thus.
but use all gently.
For in the very torrent.
Tempest.
And as I may say, the whirlwind of passion.
You must acquire and beget a temperance that may give it smoothness.
Oh, it offends me to the soul to hear a boisterous periwig-pated fellow tear a passion to tatters.
Very rags.
Split the ears of the groundlings.
Who for the most part are capable of nothing but inexplicable dumb shows and noise.
I would have such fellow whip for o'erdoing term again.
Pray you, avoid it.
Be not too tame neither, but let your own discretion be your tutor.
Suit the action to the word.
Word to the action.
With this special observance that you o'erstep not the modesty of nature.
For anything so overdone is from the purpose of playing, whose end
Both at the first and now,
was and is
To hold,
As 'twere.
The mirror up to nature.
to show virtue her own feature.
scorn her own image.
and the very age and body of the time his form and pressure. Now this overdone.
Or come tardy off.
Do it make the unskillful out.
Cannot but make the judicious grieve.
There have been players that I have seen play.
And heard others praise.
They imitated humanity so abominably.
And let those that play your clown speak no more than what is set down for them.
For there be of them that will themselves laugh.
To set on some quantity of barren spectators to laugh too.
That's villainous.
Shows most pitiful ambition in the fool that uses it.
Go!
Make you ready!
Go.
No, go!
That way. That way.
Get out of here!
Laugh.
That way. No, that. No.
To be.
Incestuous sheets. For I must hold my tongue. He's on me.
What's the first line?
To be.
Yeah, I got you. No! To be or not to be, really?
No.
No!
Thaw and resolve itself into a dew.
Or that the, oh shoot, do we mess up?
With wicked speed to post.
with such dexterity to incestuous sheets. It is, nor it cannot come to could, but break my heart. I just fucked that up. All right.
Thy name is woman! Ere yet the salt of most unrighteous tears had left her galled eye, had
And go.
Oh.
But now my cousin Hamlet and my son.
Yeah. Wait, no, I know this part center blank. Is your face too roughly? Heaven and earth! Or ere these shoes grown old with which you followed my poor father's footsteps. And that's all I got.
It's really.
Oh, you craven, bull-drained apple, Joan.
You artless, boil-brained cankerblossom.
You fawning dread bottle-dead token.
You errant, earth-vexing flash.
Stop, you saucy bottle-dip miscreant.
You gore-bellied, fool-born, giggling.
You infectious, fool-gorged cockard.
You mangled, hell-hated lout.